Hi, greetings, it's me, Dr. Paul Gerhardt, and this is video 3 of my marketing series of videos. And in this issue, we're going to talk about one of my favorite topics related to marketing, social and mobile marketing. So I've got some goals for you in this video for you to consider. Listen for words related to 4E frameworks of social marketing. Also want you to understand the different types of social media, and you're probably on them already. And then understand different motivations, why people use different applications, and how they're each priced. And then recognize and understand 3 components that are used in a social media strategy. Easy enough. Almost every big name company has a social media site that it uses, whether it be Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, some combination of social media. Yeah, I highly suggest that you start using Google or check out the websites of your favorite companies to see what kind of social media that they have. Choose any product and really take a look at it, from the perspective of the 4 E's. So here's the 4 E's that I want you to remember and look for as it relates to social media. Because if you're going to be in the marketing industry, and if you have your own business, you've got to do marketing, and you've got to do marketing right. So the 4 E's of social media is excitement, education, experience, and engagement. So I want to talk about each of those. As far as excitement is concerned, you've got to find ways to excite your customer. You must be relevant to your specific targeted customer. You can't be all things to everybody. But if you are very, very clear on who your customer is, then you can put up relevant information and provide personalized offers that excites customers. So that's the exciting part. As far as education is concerned, marketers really must take advantage of the opportunity to educate potential customers about its value proposition. That's one of the most important terms in marketing is value proposition. What are they going to benefit from having that product or service? And so some way marketers must educate about those potential benefits. And so you look for those as you're going through and looking at your social media. What is the product's value proposition and offered benefits? Experience is another important one. How are companies informing people about their goods and services? How are they simulating a real life experience? If they have food, are they saying it tastes delicious? If it's a beverage, it quenches my thirst. Are they showing vivid pictures of people enjoying their product or service? So that's the experience part that we talk about. And then the engagement part is the last of the 4 I's. What are they doing to build action, loyalty, and commitment? Or maybe there's videos in there. Maybe there's questions that they can fill out and answer, or they're asking them to take some kind of action. How are they possibly engaging consumers? And as a result of this, of course, more products will sell and become more profitable for the organization. So you got to know too that engagement can also backfire. A few years ago, there was a traveling musician, Dave Carroll, and his guitar was handled roughly by United, an airline. And so he got online and he wrote about what happened. So everybody who was on United's social media heard about it. So here are the 3 different categories of social media for you to consider: social network sites, thought sharing sites, and media sharing sites. And I'll talk a little bit about that. So social network sites, some examples, and you probably have these accounts. If you don't have these accounts, you should get these set up. They really will have so many different types of benefits. And marketers, if you have a company, you definitely need to get these set up. Facebook, people are producing Lots of different ads and finding ways to engage with customers. LinkedIn is the professional networking site. It's like an online resume, but so much more. And then Google Plus too is probably the one that's not as well known, but it is one that should be used by all major companies, and your company if you really want to get in the game. So let's talk about media sharing sites. Media sharing sites are different websites out there on the web that highlight how consumers can experience, and they also encourage consumers to engage. And so different companies have media sharing sites. Thought sharing sites. Some of these blogs are the biggest thing that fit into that category, and microblogs. Blogs, corporate blogs, professional blogs, personal blogs. If you have your own business and you really want to compete with the big guys, you have to be seen as an expert. And so you've got to write short articles that capture people's attentions, and think about what kind of questions people could be searching for on the web. And if your search comes up with that answer because you've written about it, you can gain a following. And that's kind of one of the things that some of the best companies do, is they build corporate blogs and then they build a following by having lots of information that helps people feel good about their product or service. And so any business owner can open a blog. And Twitter is a microblog because you can only tweet up to 120 characters. And of course, our president of the United States uses Twitter to get his messages out. So when you are going mobile and going social, you have to think about the 100 million people that have smartphones in the United States. About half of them are making purchases. And so if you keep that in mind, it really does suggest how important it is to have your social media set up. People need time. They need to socialize. They need to shop. They need to accomplish more. They need to prepare. They need to discover. They need to self-express. And knowing that people are going to be on their cell phones, you might as well have social media set up that helps market your product or service. If your competitors do it, they have the edge. So how do firms engage customers using social media? Well, there really are 3 stages to this process. And in this process, you really have to learn to listen to your customers, analyze the data, and then take the right actions or implement. So listen, analyze, and do are the 3 stages for making sure that you are engaging properly using social media. So in the listening stage, you really have to do a sentiment analysis. You have to really understand the attitudes and the preferences of your target audience. So this is really important. You have to know what consumers really think. Analyzing. There's a lot of tools out there to help you analyze. You're looking at things like hits, page views, bounce rate, click paths, conversion rates, keyword analysis. There's lots to look at these, what we call analytics. So if you want to look at content analytics, these are used to understand what's popular and what's not on a firm's website, including page load times and site navigation. Some competitors that use content analytics are Adobe Site Catalyst, Clickstream, Core Metrics, IBM Surfaid. Social analytics are used to track the use of social media programs, including information on social media referred conversion rates and engagement metrics. Facebook's use those. Twitter Web Analytics and Web Trends are some of the main ones that offer similar analytics. Mobile analytics are used to track website access from mobile phone devices and track which ads directly appeal to people and help people understand the mobile platform works best. Local analytics, Medialets, and Web Trends are some of the competitors that offer this type of analytic. Conversion analytics is another one, and this moves beyond page views and visitor counts. Conversion analytics actually measures sales, downloads, video plays, and any other important information. And ClickTail, Key Metric, and Latitude are some of the companies that do that. And then there's advertising, which we've all heard of. They track effectiveness of social, mobile, search, display ads, divide ad effectiveness by device, platform, or type. And AdTech, Media Cloud, and Metronome are some of the companies that do that. So how to do a social media marketing campaign. One, you've got to identify strategic goals. You've got to identify your target audience. You have to have a campaign where you're experimenting and you're engaging. You got to be very, very clear on what your budget is. And then you need to be able to monitor the change. You know, things change throughout time, so you've got to try different things all the time using social media. Well, if you've ever set up a Facebook ad, you know that you could pick some very specific information and target it. So you choose the country or the city or province. You can choose the age demographics or the gender of who it is, and then their preferences. So that's what I like about advertising on Facebook, is you can be very clear on where you want, who you want your people, your advertised to be seen by which demographic group. So that's really, really important. All right, so this is kind of a short video, about 12 minutes. I hope that you learned something about social media marketing. Stay tuned for more videos in this marketing series. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope that you have a great day, because only you get to choose how you feel about it. I'm Dr.